Hello learners, welcome to our lesson today. In this lesson, we are going to discuss about mixtures, elements and compounds. It is a strand in grade 7 integrated science. But for the first lesson, we will talk about a substrand in this strand, whereby we will start with mixtures. By the end of this lesson, the learner is expected to achieve some objectives. Therefore, kindly make sure that by the time you are finishing the lesson as a learner, you are in a position to accurately define what is a mixture. You are in a position to classify different types of mixtures. You are in a position to define and state the meaning of the word solute and the meaning of the word solvent, and also what it means by a solution. Then you can as well explain what it means when it comes to separating different mixtures using different methods, because all mixtures can never be separated using the same method. Different mixtures are separated using different methods depending on their difference in their properties. Therefore, we begin by defining a mixture. What is a mixture? A mixture is a substance that is made up of two or more substances that are physically combined. It is made up of two, it can be made up of two or more substances that are physically combined. Then a mixture can be in form of a liquid, it can be in form of a solid, it can be in form of a gas, or a combination of two states. What do I mean? We can have a mixture which is made up of two solids. That is a solid and a solid mixture. We can have a mixture that is made up of two liquids. That is a liquid and a liquid mixture. We can have a mixture that is made up of two gases, a gas and a gas mixture. When I talk about a solid and a solid mixture, what do I mean? Two solids, iron filings and sulfur. Those two are solids. When we mix them together, that is a solid-solid mixture. We can have a mixture that is made up of two liquids, water and kerosene, water and milk. We can have a mixture of two gases, carbon. We can have a mixture of nitrogen. Nitrogen is a gas, oxygen is a gas. So when you mix them together, they give us nitrogen 4 oxide or nitrogen 1 oxide. That is a gas-to-gas mixture. Or a combination of two states. We can have a mixture of solid and a liquid, whereby when you talk about a solid now and a liquid, now here is where we should be talking about the terms solute and solvent. The solid that dissolves in a solvent, that is what we call a solute. And the solvent in which the solid dissolves is what we call a solvent. The liquid, not the solute, sorry. The liquid in which the solid dissolves is what we call a solvent. Some mixtures mix, yes you know, and they form a uniform solution. Now we have started categorizing mixtures because they mix and others don't mix. The ones which mix, they form a uniform mixture. And these mixtures are known as what? Homogeneous mixtures. What is an homogeneous mixture? Is a type of mixture that is formed when we have substances mixing and forming an uniform solution or a uniform mixture. We got examples of homogeneous mixtures. Water and milk is a good example. Salt and water, it is made up of what? A solid and a liquid, but they completely mix together to form one uniform layer. Sugar and milk, a solute and a solvent. Kerosene and turpentine. Methylated spirit and water, two liquids. Petrol and diesel, cooking oil and kerosene. Then Some other mixtures, when you mix them, for instance, they will not form a uniform solution. I know as learners you've come across these mixtures. You mix water and kerosene, it forms distinct layers. So that is a good example of not forming. They form non-uniform mixtures. These mixtures are known as heterogeneous mixtures. Examples of heterogeneous mixtures, learners, we have water and sand. We also have maize and beans. We also have iron filings and sulfur, methylated spirit and water, flour and water. Let us continue. Air is an homogeneous mixture of gases. So when we talk about air, we define air as a mixture of gases. Therefore, it is categorized as an homogeneous mixture, meaning that it is a form of a uniform mixture without distinct layers. But we have some part of air which is heterogeneous. For example, smoke. Smoke is an heterogeneous mixture of air and solid smoke particles. Thank you for listening to Teacher Grace. I hope you found this lesson interesting. Kindly comment, share, and subscribe to our channel. In our next lesson, we will discuss about the final objective, which was separation of different mixtures. Welcome. Goodbye.